Hey guys, what's up? What's up? I am back. If you're new here, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment as well. I'm seeing your comments. I think I should find a day in the week just to respond to your comments live and highlight those of you who are religiously following this channel and showing me incredible support, despite the fact that, of course, you did not know me before and you appreciate the work that I am doing here on the Uganda Awakening. So, like I promised that I will be giving you more details of what is coming out of the NUP Diaspora Convention, which of course has made news. If there is anything that should be expected when it comes to making news in Uganda, one thing that should be expected is wherever Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, aka Bobi Wine, goes, there has to be news. We have to think about the developments wherever he goes. Like here in the diaspora, of course, the concluded convention in Boston was a major success. Midst fundraising and everything that was shared in regards to a roadmap, what I take as a highlight of the entire convention, it is when Bobi Wine rallied the diaspora. He challenged the diaspora to also build a Gali. Now, a Gali, how can I translate a Gali into English? You know, mobilize groups of individuals that are supposed to be very observant during the upcoming elections. Yeah. Of course, if you go by the narrative of the NRM apologists, they will tell you that a Gali is a criminal gang. It refers to a criminal gang. That's what they will tell you. But for those of many people who are in support of a new dawn in Uganda, a new Uganda, you will quickly understand why it is important that there are accountability groups. In fact, let me call a Gali accountability groups, individuals, watchers, those who are tasked with keeping or safeguarding not only human life during the activities that lead up to the election or even during the election day, where we are supposed to have a keen eye on how the votes are tallied. Yeah. Leaving no room for election rigging. And in case there is any room of election rigging, may it not be as significant in terms of going against the will of the people. And that in itself, I think, is the easiest way I can explain it. That is my major takeaway. There is a video that made the rounds. It inspired a narrative among the apologists, to the point that the apologists have suggested that the visit or the fundraising drive here in the diaspora has failed simply because of this video. They attribute this to the fact that Mr. Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, upon concluding a visit in Canada, he failed miserably in answering a very important question when the journalist asked him what his plans are for a new Uganda. Of course, they cut out the video and they ran with the narrative that after failing miserably to answer this question, it means that he also disappointed his supporters, significantly the youth who have always believed in him. He failed miserably in drawing support towards the fundraising activities of the NUP in Boston. So I'll let you be the judge of this video. I'm going to share it here for you. Let us watch it together and let me know what you think before we conclude.
Ugandans that are scattered all over the world want to beacon them and have them back to the country. And that massive resource will be channeled to different sectors to develop the country. We are going to crack down on corruption. We lose so much money on corruption. A third of our national budget, of our collection, in revenue. That money alone, in our own calculation, can actually fix 100% of our road network in Uganda in a matter of 3 years. We will do that. And if we have a functioning road network, you're going to see supersonic development, because we Ugandans have many times been ranked among the most enterprising people in the world, but we're only held back with the third world leadership. So when you drop the third world leadership, you're going to have a first world president, and that's the one before your eyes. And together we are going to work with equally, in fact, more talented and skilled people to fix that our country. We're going to revamp our healthcare system, because researches have been done and recommendations have been made. We're only going to implement them. We only need to implement 15% of our revenue to our healthcare system, and we shall have free healthcare for all Ugandans. You won't have 20 women die every day giving birth. You won't have 300 children under the age of 5 dying every day. You know, we are going to have our money do what it has to do. We're going to revamp our education system. We're going to have free university education. I mean, the main university, Makerere University, I went to university on government sponsorship because of my brain, but my generation was the last to have government sponsorship.
So there you have it. Tell me, if you are asked and you're in the position of Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu and somebody asks you, what plans do you have when you become the president of Uganda? And you come up with these answers. Keep in mind, this man is not even reading from anything. If you look at that video, he's not even reading from, everything is coming from his head. He's pointing out the failures of the current government, of the Yoweri Kaguta Museveni government. He's pointing out all those failures, and he's giving you facts after facts and statistics to back it up. The number of women that die on a daily basis, and he's giving you a percentage of the budget that is supposed to be attributed to ensure that we can solve all these problems. And that is just like in a short video. He has answered the question, breaking down the priorities, including the time frame in which he seeks to achieve these priorities. And then someone comes up and he states that, okay, you see, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, after failing miserably to answer the question of the journalist, while interfacing, international journalists gave him a question, he could not answer it. So people are mad that he has betrayed them. So, which means that his activities in the diaspora have failed miserably. There is so much to unpack from that, but I don't want to dwell on that too much. Maybe if you want me to break it down for you a lot more, moving forward, you let me know. It's not as complicated as many people want to make it out to be. If you put your hand up to challenge the status quo, you have to present the evidence on which you are backing your ambition to become the president of Uganda. When you raise your hand and you say that, please nominate me to be the next president of Uganda, it shouldn't take a rocket scientist. The main motivation is that you see a possibility in making all these wrongs, at least a huge percentage of the wrongs that are being committed by the president of Uganda. You have to put them right. I'm going to show you another video. And this time it is Museveni admitting that the system is broken.
You make sure the president sees this letter. And it's true, when I would see it, I would answer and give a solution. And the bringer of the letter is paid. Here. We have arrested them. Now, those official viewers, many of them are dead, clogged by those parasites. But me here, I've got many years. I don't only listen to one person. So these people came and looked for my daughter. Imagine my daughter, Natasha. Natasha is the most apolitical. They went and said, they told her, no. There's one of my girls who is in the media. They see her in the media. Say, this one, we see her in the media. He may know Museveni because she's in the media. She's called Kareche. She's in the media. So they talk to her. Now, Kareche also does not easily get to me, although she works here. So what does she do? She goes to Natasha. Natasha now became the Director General of Intelligence. Because the system is dead. A major rotten people. So Natasha is the one who says, please come tell me. That's how I call these people.
The man himself admits that the system is broken. So you as an apologist, you have the audacity to disparage an interview in which Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu states all the repercussions of a broken system. He states them, the healthcare, everything. Every action has an eco-resisting reaction. And if a system like Museveni has just stated that is broken, if a system is broken, it means that the healthcare is not going to be attended to comprehensively. It means that the education is going to be falling apart. It means that justice is going to be very hard to attain because the judiciary is compromised. It means that everything that has to be of priority for the sake of Ugandans is not going to be of substance. This is what is challenging. Then someone has the audacity to just, pick up a few comments and, make some edits and then makes an X. I think this man, he calls himself a defiant man. He says, NUP Diaspora fundraising drive flops after His Excellency. After Bobi Wine's interview, he was caught off guard when a journalist asked him to explain how he intends to govern in the new Uganda with democratic governance models, and serious funders have since shied away from the events. My goodness. It's crazy. If all these crowds attending the Diaspora convention means that they stayed away, if this is failure, then I want to fail so bad. I want to fail to the point that they went to a boat cruise. And do you know how hard it is to even get time off? Ideally, I'm here in California. I would have loved to go to Boston. I couldn't. It is very difficult to just say, you know what, I'm going to take time away from work, because every minute, every hour, every day that you spend away while spending money in another state means that you're missing out on the hours that you're supposed to be working for. And many people, you might think that it is because they earn here in dollars, that it means that they can just all over a sudden just abandon their post and go for a convention, staying in a hotel. Do you know how much, especially during this peak time during the summer, people have to sacrifice just to go and attend a 4-day convention? And each night, on average, $300 on a night, without breakfast, without lunch, without meals on that. But you have to also buy food, not to mention transport. And you say that this is a flop. You think it is just like, oh yeah, Ugandans, you have just, it's like just an ordinary chivulu whereby you can just go over there, take a border and, enjoy yourself and come back. It is a lot of investment. Of course, most of the activities that happen during the convention, I'm not fully in support, especially with the boat cruise. It rubs me the wrong way. When you think about many political prisoners and how much of this money can be apportioned to, it can give away. It could be wrong. This could be a fundraising opportunity whereby people pay for a boat cruise because they also want to unwind. People work so hard here. They also want to unwind. And in that sense, I think the only way I can make sense of a boat cruise and how people are, during the convention, the only way I can make sense of it is that they still manage to mobilize funds. They can still bond together during these very difficult times and still raise money for the purposes of this revolution that we are in the middle of. That is how I can make sense of the entire situation. Anyway, let me know what you think about this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is my conclusion. The things that I have taken away, I think I will make another video. This will just be comprehensively, I will dedicate the next video to Mr. President's speech, in which he pointed out the gold in Uganda. I've always wanted to do something about the gold in Uganda, the gold that has been discovered in Uganda, and who has the monopoly over this gold. So I will have a special video that only reacts to the speech that he has had here in the diaspora. But for now, let's go. We are in a broken system. You've had Museveni himself admitting to it. That's what it is. Let's go.